Hello, this is Robin from City Sewing in New York, www.citysewing.com. This time we're gonna show you a video how to assemble a commercial sewing machine table. This is the table you're gonna get just like this when you order your sewing machine online from City Sewing, and you're gonna get a table like this. Inside this box, you're going to get the drawer for the table. You're also gonna get the tabletop itself and also the brackets that supports the table. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna open up this box here by cutting out the strips, and then we're gonna show you what comes inside. Okay, now we have the box open. Inside the box, this is what you're gonna get. Okay, you have here one small drawer, the slide for the drawers right here. This is what's gonna slide the drawer for you to use the drawer. This is the belt you're gonna get with the table. You're gonna get the ball joint and the ball joint adjustable rack. The 4 small legs that goes underneath of the table for you to adjust the size of the table. You want this table to be nice and steady. You're gonna get the hardware to put it together. The foot pedal, the one that you step on. You're going to get the brackets for the machine table, front and back. And here underneath, we have the actual table. This is the table that we're going to put everything together to show you how to properly do, okay? The first step you want to do, you want to take those rubber pieces, the brackets for the table, and install it into the table. You don't have to worry about it making it tight, because once you get your floor nice and even on your table, then you can go back and tighten this up the way it goes. Okay, now you're going to see how the technician has the part of the man. Now he's going to put it inside just like so. Make sure you put it in like that. You put it inside, and then you're going to put the screws from the top, those 2 screws right over here, one on the left and one on the right. Okay, pretty easy. You're just gonna screw it in, 1 and 2. You don't have to make these tight yet, okay? Don't make these extra tight, because you will probably need to move it up and down before or after, okay? Now we're gonna show you how we let the table rest on the on screw, just by pushing the table all the way down until it hits. Wow, now that it doesn't go any further, then we're gonna make these screws tight, and then we're gonna have about 27 to 20 inch height on the table. Like I said, it's the most popular size. Now we're gonna put back the rubber again in the other one, and remember that this doesn't have to be tight now, because we have to make sure that the floor is level before we make this tight. Now we have finishing assembling one of the legs. Now the technician is gonna do the second leg for the table. As you can see now on the other side, this is what it looks in the outside of the table. Now we're going to show you here. Now we're going to put the brackets together with the screws. We take the bracket, and you see we have 4 holes. We use the 2 in the center. This one, because when you set up the foot pedal, you want it to be in between the table. So we use the 2 sides. You could use it on the left or on the right, but we recommend it to use the 2 on the center first. Now what we're going to do, we're actually going to install the foot pedal into the foot pedal bracket right here. Okay, so for that we're gonna have we have these 2 hardware with a screw and the nut that goes in the back. We're going to show you how you assemble that into the foot pedal bracket. Okay, now here we have the first bracket. We're going to install it. As you can see, in this bracket you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 opening. So you want to make sure you take one here from left to right, and you're going to install this one bracket just like so. Okay, just like so. And the first, yeah, you have one, and the second one we're going to install it by putting the screw from the front to the back. Now, okay, now we're going to put the screw in there. Okay, I'm going to drop in the screw, and we put the nut underneath. Okay, remember this one, you don't want to over tighten it. You want to make sure that you leave it, so in case you have to move it a little bit to the left or to the right, you just leave it like that. Okay, now we have the foot pedal right over here. This is the back of it, and this is the front. The front part of it is the one that has the bracket that will connect to the motor. Okay, so this is the foot pedal. Now we're going to take the foot pedal and we're going to install it. This foot pedal, as you can see here, it has a hole in the side. We got to make sure that that hole connects to that little rod right over there, just like that. Okay, and then on the other side, now we're going to take the second bracket, just like so, put it in, just like that, and then now we're going to put the screw from the front, from the top to the bottom again, to keep it together like this. Okay, we just finished tightening up the screws for the foot pedal. Like I said, it's important that you see how the foot pedal is kind of towards the left. You have to install it that way, otherwise your foot is going to be crossed when you're trying to saw. Okay, so we have the front over here, and we have the two screws, one on the left and one on the right. We already make it tight with a size 14 wrench, or you could use an adjustable wrench. You could also use a screwdriver, whatever you want. Just make sure you make this tight. Now here we have the two K-legs. We here have the bracket for the foot pedal, and here we have the bracket for the back of the table. That's what's going to make your table nice and strong. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and show you how to put together these four pieces that we have: the bottom bracket for the foot pedal, the back bracket for the table, and the two legs together. Okay, now we're going to show you how to install the first leg for the table. As you can see, how it's going to go is just like this. There's different sizes of tables, so we like to do it this way. We take an inch from front to back. This is the back of the table. Okay, this is the back part of the table. We take an inch on the back, and here on the slide of the belt, we also leave 1 inch over there and 1 inch over here. So you want to make it a straight 1 inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch in the back. Okay, but look at the position of the legs. Okay, this is how it's supposed to go inside. This is the inside part of it, and this is the outside of the table. So this is how it's supposed to go. Okay, and important, this is the back part of the table. As you can see, here is the hole for the machine. This is the widest part in the back, and the front, it's a lot more smaller. This is much wider. So this is the back part of the table, and this is your belt, 1 inch on the left and 1 inch in the back. Okay, it also comes with 4 screws like this, which is the one we're going to use to install. Now the technician is going to install the back bracket, the bracket that goes on the back of the table, just like so. It has also 4 screws. Remember, all the screws, it comes with this hardware, comes with the table. So when you open it, make sure you got all the screws, and just install it just the way it goes, like that. This is the back of the table. Remember, the back of the table. Okay, now that we have the first leg already installed into the table, now we're going to take the second one, just like that, put it in, line it up with the screws, also the same screw. Remember, we did not screw it into the table yet, because we don't want to, we don't know exactly what's going to fit. So first thing, you put the screws on it first. Once you have the 2 screws on it, you want to make sure that they are tight. You want to make sure you tighten it first before you will screw it into the table. We're going to give you a tip on that. Now we're going to install the foot bracket. Now I wanted to show you, these are the actually nuts that's going to hold the foot bracket into the table. Now I want to show you this. We have not put this screw yet. Remember, I did not screw it in. I want to, before I put those screws in, I like to put the foot pedal on first, just because once you put that in there, sometimes if you don't have this right, you might have to take the screws out again. So by doing so, once you have that screw bracket on the top already connected and tight, then you will find it easy to get the 1 inch here in the back. Okay, now we're going to proceed installing the foot pedal into the table. I want to show you this here, this little bracket and the screw. It's the only one way to get in there. So the best way to doing it is just take that little nut, or put it inside now, put it in, and just squeeze it in there, hold it like that. Then you slide your bracket to make sure you find exactly where it's gonna go, right over there, as you can see now. Now we're gonna put the screw in there. Don't make it tight until you get the second one on the right position. on this side here on the right now. We have finished installing the second bracket here on the back. Now we're going to show you the right position where this is supposed to be so you get a better fit when you're working on the machine. Now we have finished installing the bracket. Now, these tables, remember these tables are adjustable. They're all adjustable. So you could adjust the height. If you're a taller guy, you need the table to be high. You could adjust the same thing with this. You could push it all the way to the front, or you could push it back depending how comfortable you feel yourself, you know. You don't have to have it on the front, you don't have to have it on the back. But when we set up the table here, we like to push it all the way to the front. This is the front of the table, okay? Remember that this is the back, the wider part of the wood is the back, and the narrow part of the table, that's the front. So we like to do it when we build the table. We push it all the way to the front, but it depends on the customer. If the customer wants to push it back, we could push it back. It's actually optional, but if you do it like this, you should be okay. Now we're just finishing tightening up the bracket on the top. The back bracket is also tight. Remember, we're screwing these two screws first, giving it 1 inch in the front, from the belt slat, 1 inch, and in the back of the table we also give it 1 inch. Now that we have tightened both brackets, the back one and the one on the front, now we're going to use our same tape measure and just make sure we got 1 inch here. Now that I have 1 inch, I'm going to take my drill now. I'm going to drill it in just like that. And then in the front, I'm just going to use the same drill to put another screw in. Now we're gonna install the drawer. On the drawer, it comes with 2 sliders with this, like this. Pretty simple. There's no left or right, so there's no matter if you take this one and put it on the other side or put it over here. So this, as you can see, that little slide there, it's really easy. It just goes right into the drawer like that. Okay, now that I have a first screw in on the front, now I want to put my second screw in the back and make sure I got 2 inches. Like I said, this is a plastic drawer, so you shouldn't have a big problem, you know. It doesn't have to be specifically straight, you know. You can move it to the back if you like more further back or more in the front. We like to build it like that. I think it's pretty comfortable the way it is right now, okay? Once you put the screws on the side, you just put the screw on the right side now, but remember the slide is both ways the same. No left or no right. It's the same one for both sizes, okay? We just finished setting up the table. Now we will make a second video to show you how to properly install the motor. Thank you for watching. Robin from City Sewing in New York. Bye-bye.